So, why do I run all deeps in my entire operation? 3 reasons. 1, universal frames. My honey supers get drawn combs. Those combs can be used in brood chambers. Those combs can be used in nukes. Those combs can be used anywhere. Brood from my chambers can be used in nukes. Everything's universal. Everything. Reason number 2 is because cost. I don't have to buy as many frames. I don't have to buy as many boxes. That hugely reduces the cost overall. Reason number 3, bee health. There's a gap between the top of the comb on the bottom box and the bottom of the comb on the next box. That gap is made up of the bottom bar for the frame in the upper box, the space between the frames, and then the top bar of the comb in the bottom box. So that space is quite large for bees to go from comb to comb, a place where an egg can be laid to a place where the next egg can be laid. So that they of course build bird comb and ladder comb between the two, but not that much. That gap slows down how fast the bees will move through from one box to the next. That gap breaks up the nest in a large nest during the summer. I prefer 2 deeps during the summer over 4 mediums during the summer for a brood nest. There's a lot of gap in between each space that your queen has to travel, your bees have to travel. And if I'm running 5 or 6 deeps high during a great honey flow, I have less gaps than someone running 10 or 12 mediums. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, is there a downside? Yes, the weight. Weight is huge. So I get roughly 60 pounds of honey per deep super with 9 frames. And that box will weigh about 80 pounds. That's heavy. It's a lot to move those boxes. Pulling honey during the summertime is rough. I pull around July 4th. So when I start my pull, and that can be excruciating. It's hot, it's heavy, the bees are defensive. It can be a lot. So I understand those who use mediums and shallows for the weight concern. On that same note, I believe that I get more production than those who use mediums and shallows because I'm using nothing but deeps. Also, I make more bee surplus because I'm using nothing but deeps. I also have less expense because I'm using nothing but deeps. And I believe my bees winter better because I'm using nothing but deeps. Just some things to think about.